Alright, so Stanford had a pretty good 2018 season, ended up going 9-4, made it to a bowl game. Overall, great season for this team. But how are they going to do in 2019 is what we're going to be going over today. Stanford's schedule preview, we're going to be going over a few players that this team will be losing, with they're going to be returning, and also we're going to be looking at their schedule for the first time this offseason. Stanford, again, went 9-4 in 2018. Pretty good season, beat Pittsburgh in the Sun Bowl. But they have a ton of losses for the 2019 season. Stanford has been a consistently good team over almost the past decade, even further than that. But with all the losses that this team is having for the 2019 season, it makes me a little bit concerned as to how this team is going to do next season. They lose J.J. Arcega, they lose Bryce Love at running back, 3 offensive linemen, 1 tight end. So on offense, they take major hits. They lose 4 linebackers, 1 cornerback, and safety. They lose 6 on the defense, and they also lose 6 on the offense. That is I believe that is 12 total starters on both sides of the football. That is a lot. You return KJ Costello at quarterback. Of course, he did pretty good last season, had 3,500 yards, 29 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Really a quarterback with a ton of potential. He's going to be one of the bright sides of Stanford next season. But is a return to 9 wins possible for this team? I would have to say it is possible, but it is not likely. I think that they will probably end up falling right around 7 or 8. I really don't think it may be a little bit of a down year compared to recent years for Stanford. But yeah, they should make a bowl game pretty easily. Stanford next season, they've got Northwestern to kick off the season, USC, UCF on the road the following weeks. And they got Oregon, Oregon State, Washington, UCLA, Arizona, Colorado, Washington State, Cali, and Notre Dame. So really, their non-conference games are pretty difficult. This is probably the most difficult Pac-12 schedule, I would say, from what I've seen so far. Notre Dame, Northwestern, UCF, all those are really, they're more difficult games than most Pac-12 teams have in the non-conference. So it'll be interesting to see how Stanford does with that. Yeah, Northwestern, that is a possible win, but it's going to be tough. That is one thing I do know. UCF on the road, that's going to be a tough one as well. It was super hard to pick out any non-conference games that are going to be guaranteed wins, so I had to go with 3 conference games. So they've got Oregon State, that should be a win. UCLA and Cali, I think, will also both be wins, as they are at home, and also they're going to be teams that I really don't expect a whole lot out of. So really, those are the 3 games that you can expect to win. I'm not giving them any non-conference games, but I do believe that they're going to go to they're going to be 5-7 to 9-3. That is your best estimate. If you want a more accurate estimate, I would say 7 to 8 once again is probably your most likely record for the 2019 season. But really, in my opinion, them going 9-3 is about as likely as them going 5-7. So that's how you can kind of read that estimated record right there. But yeah, looking at this, of course, I think the first month of games is going to be very difficult for Stanford. Northwestern did it pretty good last season. USC, UCF, both road games, both should be tough. And then Oregon is looking to be a very good team next season. This is a game that could be a pretty good upset, I do believe. I think that game against Oregon could really very well determine how well Oregon does next season. I know there's a lot of hype around them. I'm kind of jumping on the hype train a little bit. I think Oregon will be a pretty good team next season. Washington at home on October 5th, another big game there. Arizona, Colorado, Washington State. Really, I think late October into November is probably going to be their easiest part, except for that Notre Dame game at the end of the season. But yeah, once again, pretty tough schedule for Stanford, but I do expect them to get to 7 to 8 wins. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this team in the comments below. I'd like to hear how you guys think. This is going to be a very interesting team next season, I do believe. Yeah, Stanford, definitely a team to watch for next season. But anyway, that is it for this schedule preview. We're going over the Pac-12 right now. So be on the watch out for the rest of my Pac-12 predictions. But anyway, that is it. Once again, for this video, thank you guys all for watching, and stay tuned for more from ASC.